Welcome back to Ribbon Candy Hooking. I'm Deanna.
I'm Jocelyn.
And we are doing a fun project today, super fun project for kids. For those of you who love to dye or love the idea of dyeing wool, we're dyeing wool today, not yarn, but you could do either one just as easily. This is a great project to do because we are dyeing with sprinkles from the holiday aisle at TJ Maxx, which is like a discount store.
I want to eat them.
Yeah, I know, I want to eat them too. We'll eat them later. We're not going to use them all. But we're going to make cookies. Before we make cookies, we're going to dye with them and see what kind of colors we get. Now, when you're dyeing with something like a food product that you can wash the food substance out later, and all you're doing is utilizing the dye that's already in the food, in other words, food coloring, you know that it's safe, you know that it's probably fine with your clothes, you're pretty good wearing like an off-white Halloween hooker shirt, and doing this because it's not really going to cause any trouble. It's not lethal, it's not deadly, you don't need designated stuff to dye with, it's just for fun. So, should we get going?
Yes.
So I soaked 4 colors in here. I usually soak in Synthropol, but I couldn't find it, so I didn't. You know, this is for fun, this is Halloween, and let's see how it comes out. I wrung out already my white. This is pretty off-white, straight off the bolt. And you know what we're gonna do first is, we gotta be careful because it's getting a little bit windy here. I tried to secure this under the, yeah. Joss, why don't we first, hey Teddy, we're dyeing stuff. You need to put a shirt on if you're coming over though. Little old Ted is over there. He likes to go shirtless even though it's fall.
There's the rain wrap.
Taping down the corners, really smart move. You know, I'm not protecting this crappy old table. I'm creating a bottom layer because I'm gonna put the wool over it. We're gonna wrap it and microwave dye this. We're not doing anything with oven. This is gonna be a microwave job for like 4 minutes, super quick. So I'm just putting this down so we have a bottom layer. So the first thing we need to do to make sure we have the most color is, you're going to open the really colorful one and do some sprinkle times, right? So not like the whole container because we're going to want to make some cookies later. It's super beautiful. So just give us a little layer of sprinkle times, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yep. Yeah. And you know the ones that go rogue?
I feel like that's
Perfect. And then I'm just going to lay, it's good to do this stuff outside because you can do stuff like this. You ate one?
Yes.
You just want to put your face down on that saran wrap and go to town, right? So I'm going to lay this over here like this. Now Joss, it's your time, lady. Sprinkle away. You still have one on your lip. It didn't even make it inside your body. It's still there. Sprinkle away, baby. So you decide, each person decides from person to person how many sprinkles they want. So Jocelyn is doing the Jocelyn School of Sprinkle the same way we decorate Christmas cookies, which is like tens of thousands. We empty the container on the first shot.
No.
I know, I'm just kidding. But it's okay if you do, because we want a lot of colors. And we don't know what the outcome will be. So we're going to sprinkle some more.
What?
Yeah.
Over there?
This is a tasty project. Yep, that's okay. No, you know what? That's okay.
I can spread it out.
It's up to you. But it's going to work fine the way it is. I think a lot of sprinkles is better. Don't rub them too much because you're going to make the color come off already. So let's leave that. Finish sprinkling. So one tip, don't be rubbing them in. Not on white fabric, not at the beginning. Just be sprinkling.
Like, look at my hands from this.
I'll finish sprinkling.
Look at this.
I know.
Tastes good though.
It does. Mama's busy and tired, so Mama's buttons are easily pushed today. I'm going to sprinkle all over the place here. And,
Really juicy. It's cookies.
well, we have a lot left. This is a heck of a lot of sprinkles, and this is just a small piece of wool. You know, I'm not going to use like a yard of door wool, and this is door wool, not knowing what the outcome will be. So I'm going to let that sit for a minute, and what I'm going to do next is grab the plastic wrap and layer it over. You know who you remind me of? Teddy. Because she's got sprinkles all over her face now. The other night, Teddy was sitting down on the couch. Teddy, I'm recording a video. The other day, Teddy was sitting over on the couch, and he said, "Oh, I found the neatest snack to eat." And he goes to the kitchen and comes back with the little sugar jar that my mother painted with a beautiful wooden top, and with a spoon inside of it, and starts eating spoonfuls of sugar directly from the sugar jar. It must run in the family. At least you don't eat sticks of butter like Henny Jenny. So Jossie, can you give me some help here, baby? Yeah, hold it down.
Your lips are black, Joss.
Yeah, your lips are black. Who cares?
There.
She's feeling Halloweeny. Can you help just by holding that corner so the wind doesn't come back? So I'm just going to put another layer of saran wrap
Another?
And it's not even windy today, it's just that we're outside. All right, let go, let go. And
Tasty.
it's better to have a little bit of extra. Just covering it up, and then I'm gonna do like a roll. Don't you love saran wrap? Isn't it super fun? Ripping it, breaking it, tying it, trying to do anything with it.
If you push it down, then there's a pattern on your saran
They should just
wrap.
call it like unfold wrap, because all you ever do is spend time unfolding it. So now we've got the top layer on it, and what we can do is this. We're gonna roll it really, oh, you know what? I gotta get the tape off underneath. Don't worry about underneath. We're gonna roll it like a little sausage. Yep, we're gonna get the tape off. Roll it like a little, oh, look at that. It looks like a cannoli or something. Ooh.
It's already dyeing the wool.
It is already dyeing the wool. Thanks for pointing that out. If you take a close up here, you can see with particularly the purple, because purple is one of the first colors to break. That means the pigments within the purple, which is usually like a fuchsia and a blue, break down. And they do that almost immediately.
And if you kind of like squish it, then there's more color inside, I think.
Well, you know, you can squish it and squeeze it all you want. There's always the possibility we need to plan for with this particular one. I'm going to put one more, I'm going to put one more saran wrap. Oh, look at that. It is already dyeing.
Yeah.
I'm going to put one more saran wrap along the length of it. Hold this, baby. 2 hands. Yeah.
I'm still eating my sprinkles.
All right, take a break. And let's no. 2 hands. And we're going to do it over like this. All right.
Yeah, if you squish it, then I think there's going to be more sprinkles inside.
And I'm just going to do like this.
Ooh, like tie-dye.
Yeah.
And then
And
you squeeze.
I know I'm not a friend to the environment right now using all this. Look at the state of this child.
When my lips look like. Look at my hands. I dyed my hands more than this.
Show your hands.
Look at this one.
All right, I'm gonna put this in the microwave for like 2 minutes and then see what it does, because obviously this lovely
It's a donut.
Halloween Cinnabon, it is a donut, is halfway there. We haven't even done anything yet, and it's not even warm
And we
out.
still have all of these.
And we have 3 more to do. So we're gonna go on pause and we're gonna come back to do the rest of the dyeing. So what did you choose? We're back. So what color are you gonna do next?
Yellow wool.
Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's like a nice mustardy gold. It's a color changing one.
And the sprinkles, the black and white.
Oh, snappers. Okay.
And this looks amazing.
So let's sprinkle some. You know what? Let's just put them on top this time. And remember,
Okay.
what we're not going to do is press on them like crazy times. Ooh, you're going to do black and white.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Oh, that's going to look amazing. Sprinkle away, Dixieland. Oh my gosh, Joss, that's so pretty.
Is this a good choice?
Oh, Joss, it's a great choice. Make sure you get the edges too. I can always move it back. So the other one's in the microwave. I stopped it at 2 minutes for now because, you know, it's so hot, and I just want to look at it, and I can't really look at it because it's too hot to touch. So I'm just going to leave it for a minute. We might be there at 2 minutes. I'm going to let you know, but we might be there. How about a little more in this corner? Knock, knock. Who's there? Control freak. No, you say control freak who?
Control freak
I
food.
was joking.
To
It's a
you.
joke within a joke. It's a Russian nesting doll of jokes. Okay, so this is gonna look, oh, 2 rogues. You're gonna get the rogues. I think we should get the rogues off, just because if we end up using this, it's gonna be like, why are there 2? You're right, they're good. Well, there's a few greens. We're gonna let those go. Did it go into your belly button? Honey, cover up, camera. You're gonna get in trouble. So we're gonna go off camera for a minute while we cover this with plastic, and then I'm gonna show you us rolling it again. I did the same thing, and I'm just rolling this one up like this. We're just wondering and remarking, I wonder what the yellow ones are going to do here. It's super unknown.
The white ones.
We'll see. This one's going to be really different than the others. The other, you know, purple, because of its blue and its red, those colors want really just wait to release. They want to pop. So that one popped like without even encouraging it or heating it. And this one just has the dark, like the chocolatey dark, and the white. So we'll have to see what we get. Life is a box of chocolates and all that, right? Box of chocolates. Sometimes life is a bag of wool with sprinkles in it. And that's what we got today. So I am going to put this one in. This is number 2, the gold color with the chocolate and white ghosts or something. We actually emptied this. Most of it on the wool. Some of it in our mouths. But this one didn't last very long. It was kind of fun. So if you're getting a similar type size, and you saw the size of wool I used, that went pretty fast, really. I mean, she only ate 50. Just kidding. She ate like 5. So that went pretty fast. So now we need to decide. We've got 2 culprits left, and we've got like a mint green. I thought that was blue, and it's not, because I was thinking sky blue. But we got a mint green, and we've got like a pink raspberry.
I'm
To
picking
be
up all
continued.
this one carrot.
Jocelyn Joan. What's next? We've got our mint green left in the raspberry pinky color, the dusty rosy.
I chose the mint green.
All right. All
with
right.
these sprinkles right here.
Okay, so that's the white, the orange, and the black. Let's see what we got. All right. Oh, this is another little piece. So you can blast away. It has a little bit of a mark right there already.
I still want to use these, so I'm not going to do as many as you did.
Well, you know, I think it's good to do a lot. We ended up like filling, we had like 5 left, so we just filled it up. Nope, we're not playing, and we're not eating out of the container. This really is a fun project to do with kids. I'm not being sarcastic. It really is being a little sarcastic, but it really is fun. It's just the end of the day. It's been a long day. It's been the kind of the day where you buy new jeans and they don't fit and you cut them with a pair of scissors even though you have a degree in costume construction. It's that kind of a day. But this is fun, and this is relaxing time, right? Doing some good stuff together.
Yes.
Oh, they're bats, Joss. They're little bats and ghosts.
I want to eat them.
Yep. Now keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You know, I love the way that the orange looks on there. Again, when something breaks, when the color breaks with something like food coloring, it's probably not orange, right? It's probably red and yellow. It might not even be red. It might be fuchsia and yellow. So for something this bright. So we're gonna know when it gets some
quite
heat.
a bit.
How about one more hit in this area?
Take one more hit.
Yeah.
Bah, bah,
Yeah,
bah,
yeah.
bah, bah,
Yeah, yeah.
bah, bah,
A
bah,
little bit
bah,
more
bah.
here. You're right, these are exceptionally good, huh?
Yeah, especially the
Especially the
bats.
bats. Jinx. We'll be back in 1 minute. We'll be back in 1 minute. So I just want to show you there's no magic to what I'm doing when I take this away. I realized I hadn't done that. And so I'm just rolling it like this in an extra coating. And I'm just putting it on a paper plate, like a party plate. Since we aren't having a party this year because it's 2020, and birthday's coming up on Wednesday, putting it on a party plate, and we're going to put it in there like that. So we're going to pause again. I'm going to put the layer out, and I guess by default the last combo is the raspberry colored one with the with just the bright orange and the black. Are those bats again?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So we will be right back.
Bats and potatoes.
Bats and potatoes. So you're doing the last one, huh?
Yes. It's this like hot pink.
I'm guessing, yeah, it's the super full one. Yeah, it's like a raspberry that moves into something else.
I
I never noticed that. Yeah, this is all scrap wool I've got that I picked up at people's houses and stuff when they were getting rid of stuff. So I thought this is a perfect wool to cut up. The white one was my door wool right off the bolt. So the white one will have the most reliable result because nothing else has dyed it yet. Straight from the bolt. No one else has touched it yet except the person who wound it. These others have been dyed, and you know, there's probably a little bit of acid in it. I didn't put citric acid in these, and there's probably no citric acid or any kind of vinegar content in food coloring. I can't imagine there would be because it would taste foul. So we'll see what we get. Again, this is a curious thing. You can tweak this project by using Synthropol to soak, and also by sprinkling on citric acid. You could do that. I could have done that too. To be honest, I didn't think of it. So we'll see how it goes. We get what we get. We don't get upset, right? Isn't that what they say at school? Do a little bit more over here. This one is exquisite, Joss.
If I can.
Oh, right down to the end. Are you saving some for yourself?
Yes.
Yeah,
Of course.
I know. I think they kind of all taste the same. They all taste like candy.
Well, we might actually need to buy a new one of these when we make our cookies.
Thank you, TJ Maxx. You always have our backs. And these are super cheap. Does it say on there how much they are? You can,
$3.
of course, $3?
Yes.
Amazing. Of course, you can find these at cooking stores, baking stores. Sometimes even candy stores have a little display with different kinds of sprinkles.
Oh, there's only one bag.
Holy moly. But they all do different stuff. So we're going to wrap this one, and when we come back to you, we're going to have the results of all 4 sprinkle wools. Should we call them sprinkle wools, or do you have a better name?
Sprink my wool.
Sprink my wools. We will see you in a minute. So we're going to start revealing these one at a time. You can see there's something definitely going on here. So again, I didn't end up using, I'm just going to peek at it a little bit actually, because if we need to put it in more, I think we're good. Look at all that color. I'm going to put it in for 1 more minute.
Okay.
So just remember what colors we put on the gold one.
I think it was black and white.
Yeah? Okay, let's see.
Black and white.
So it's pretty warm when it comes out. I gave it a minute.
It feels nice. It's like a heating pad.
I know, if it was freezing cold, like the dead of winter. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that.
Ooh, oh.
Oh. It's a bit of a mess. Do you feel like we should put it in for another minute? I put these in for 3 minutes at this point. I'm going to do it for 1 more minute. We'll be right back.
Is for one to the mess?
Yeah,
Just
let's do it
kidding.
for 1 more minute. All right, let's see, Joss. Oh, Jossie, Jingles.
Much better.
Oh my gosh, look at how rainbow it is. That's on the back, but still. Okay, we'll be super careful. I'm gonna throw plastic on the ground, but of course we're picking it up. We're not dirt bags or litter bugs.
Yes.
Ooh, still hot stuff. Still hot stuff, let's see. Ooh, super hot. So now, of course, there's still gonna be sprinkly foods on here too. I don't wanna eternally microwave it. I think we're good for color, so.
There's still the sprinkles on it.
There are, but you know, you wash that stuff off. You have sprinkles on it for sure. Oh, Joss, look at all those colors. Careful, it's hot. Yep.
It's not that bad.
Okay, so go ahead and throw it on the grass. Wow, near you.
Look
All
how
right.
pretty the saran wrap is. Look at this.
You might be like a, what are the kind of artists called that break stuff down rather than, like the cat, when the cat does art. What do we call it?
Deconstructionist.
Deconstructionist.
Do not-
Deconstructionalist.
Do not touch one of the sprinkles.
Yeah.
I
They're
feel
still a
like-
bit chocolatey. So that's okay. We're going to wash this quite a bit. I use the U-Salon, the product. I get it off Amazon. They sell it at all knitting stores. It's like a nice soap for fabric because you got to get the food off this thing, right? You don't want to wash it or anything like that, but you got to get the food off of it. And you're going to get the food off of it by washing it, just like you would anything else, because there's still some jimmies and stuff on there. So we'll do that. We're going to show all these tomorrow in better light. Oh, look at all that chocolate. Don't eat it, because now it's been all microwaved. Yeah, we're going to have to pull at some of it because it is dense. We did a lot of sprinkles. Get out, you're playing. But it is going to be beautiful. This is the back. The front is very chocolatey right now, but you can see, look at all the colors that popped. So you see, Joss, these look like they were just, oh my gosh, you know what? Discovery, right? This is the one that was all those colorful dots. This is this one.
Yes, yes.
So basically it meant that they were some kind of chocolate dark base and they had color over them, because that chocolate dark base is a constant. And then there's, look at all these little pops of color where it came off before it started to do meltsies. So we're going to spend some time washing this and we're going to show it tomorrow. But you can see, minus chocolate, there's a lot of color here. It's going to be real pretty, huh? Let's look at our next one. See which one is the next least hot. Yeah, I'm gonna put, you can even put a little bit of like dishwashing, like Dawn dishwashing soap or whatever, any brand, just to wash it. Don't put it in the washing machine or anything like that. Not worth it. Not worth the effort. Oh wow, that is gonna be super pretty, right?
Put your hand on this.
Is it hotter than Hades?
It's not the hottest one.
All right, let's see. Which one was number 2? Did we do this one? We did this one number 2.
And
Let's do them in order.
But this one's the least hot.
Yeah, right. That's right. Let's do it in order.
Let's
Oh,
see,
right. Plenty of chocolate on this one too. Again, we're gonna wash that. Oh, this one isn't as good.
I like it.
It's still not. It's still like super. So what it's done is a lot of melting. But you know what?
I love it.
You know what I'm feeling? And this is like a common sense thing. Some of these sprinkles were like less candy and more chocolate. Right? Like obviously, I don't know why I didn't think that, just the nature of the long day. So the parts that are like the chocolate,
I need to wash off my hands with a
they break
bucket.
down to like still chocolate. The ones that are more candy, like the dit dots, those are gonna come out better. This is still gonna come out great. It's gonna dye dark. It's gonna look like a leopard one. But this is gonna be labor intensive for me getting the food off the piece of fabric. So I can't recommend doing the, for example, the bats and stuff like that, because they're not enough candy. Unless you feel them and it's like, it feels like 100% confectionery and not possibly anything else. It's hard to tell.
If you have chocolate on things, you can just dip it in the water and it will come off.
Yeah, right? It is going to be pretty though. It is going to be very leopard, right?
Yeah.
So the white did
So it's
nothing.
Chocolate.
I know, it's a lot of chocolate. So if you can see, it appears that the white did nothing. We'll find out tomorrow. It did make an excellent animal print though, didn't it? That's a bit Halloween-y. You know, we could do like a little cheetah girl in some future composition, like trick-or-treating.
Yeah, if we found our own animal,
Yeah.
then that looks like that. It's basically a cheetah but with white.
We're gonna have to see
Then-
tomorrow, after I finish watching this, if that white comes completely off. See, that one's not even dissolved. But if the white comes completely off, or if it actually leaves something on the surface. So that's a to be continued until we're washed and dried. Now let's get the other two going.
Sure.
I love that colorful one, man. That's the one. Here, bring the bowl over here. Green was number 3Z's,
Which
right?
one?
Wasn't there a second? Oh, I used the second bowl. So let's go on pause. So here is our green one. Now we're talking about, oh Joss, look, we're talking about possibly other candies. Is this melted enough? I think I might have to put this one in again. I'm gonna put this one in again. So we're gonna put this one on hold.
And then
We
we'll
can
show
keep
you.
going, but let's put that one on hold. Let's pause for a second. So let's see what we've got here. It seems like some of these guys are just not going to melt. By far our best melters were those dit dots. The ones that were just, oh, but it made some good color. All right, so some of them are just not going to melt completely. This was in there for a good 4 minutes. So I think we get what we get. We're going to have to wash some of this off. This one was way more sparse, huh?
Yeah.
It looks good though. It looks like the orange looks like it's set real well. The black is much slower to set, and the white also does not want to disappear. But we've got the other two washing, and they're looking good. I think in general,
It's a beautiful wall.
it's going to be pretty. Yeah, it's going to be pretty. I'm questioning whether I should put it in again, but I don't think so. I think 4 minutes is plenty. I think it is going to do what it's going to do. We've been brainstorming, so we'll rinse this one off. We've been brainstorming about like other candies that might work well, because the candy that worked the best so far was the one that was like the most candy content, so the most hard candy, those little dit dots. So we're saying like, what about Nerds? That could be a good one because they've got really wacky colors. And they don't have a lot of substance to melt, right? Because the melting makes the mush. And yeah, you can wash it off, but it's just one more thing to do. Did you want to say something?
Do you think we should sell these like limited edition? There's only one.
Do I think we should sell these limited edition? Maybe, we'll see. You know, I love to hook with our limited edition stuff too.
If we sell them and one of you guys watch and buy them, then you're like,
Look at this bat. It's almost like a sun print, right?
you can see that.
Yeah, we'll see how they come out. I'll dry them tomorrow. I was even thinking about cutting a little piece off each one and hooking with it to show you how it comes out. It's quite pretty. The food stuff is going to come right off, and it's going to leave you with, I'm wondering if the white. I thought the white also turns to black underneath. A lot of these things, because the dit dot one had a lot of black in it, and there was no black dots, so that was strange. Teddy, I'm recording a video, honey. Make sure you have a shirt on if you come into the camera. So this one came out nice. That's really different. Well, check that out. That was very strong orange.
Want something hot?
I want something hot. Oh, your hand is hot, huh? Yeah, so we said maybe Nerds, and then we said Skittles, but not Skittles, because then they have that giant chewy center, so that would be too much junk
And M&M's
to have to wash off.
M&M's would be
Too
much-
chocolatey.
Yeah.
Too chocolatey.
That's what I was
Yeah,
gonna
leave a
say.
comment if you can think of a good candy. We said Pez too, but it doesn't have enough color. So you want something with a lot of color, like the basic sprinkles, but not a lot of substance. So you're getting like a tiny galaxy of little dit dots of color, but not a lot of food substance to have to deal with later. Not that it's an eternal problem, it's just washing it. So this has a lot of stuff left over, but hopefully it took, yeah, see, I am going to put this one back in. This one has been in 4 minutes too, but it's a bit of a pig's breakfast, would you say?
Yeah.
I'm going to put it in for 1 more minute.
Even the color of a pig.
So you know what I'm going to do? See, pig's breakfast, same amount of time. You just don't know. I'm going to wrap this one back up. I'm going to put it back in. And we're probably going to call it a night. It's getting a little bit dark. So 3 of them were just ready to wash. This one's going to be ready to wash in about, I'm going to put it in for 1 more minute. So this one's going in for 5. The rest went in for 4. Yeah, this is coming out really nice. That's going to be really strong, real pretty on the green. And it's not going to be that dark green. It's going to be much lighter. So we're going to look at these 3 tomorrow, and maybe I'll even strip a little bit of each and show you how it hooks. Just so you have an idea, working with stuff that's printed this busy. This one isn't as busy as our others. But just to give you an idea of how it hooks when it's in the background. Because it will be busy. You know, it will be like an accent or like filling up a big open background. So we'll be back in the morning, right, lady?
Yeah, but I had an idea.
Okay, what is it?
You know how like with dyeing, like on this wood,
Yeah.
you can add water and like. What happens if we add water on chocolate with wood?
So when you blast it with water,
Like how we do with the normal wood, like when we squish.
to be continued. I'm gonna go get a casserole pan and a pot of boiling water, a kettle, and let's pour some boiling water on this bad boy and see what happens.
Yes.
To be continued. Let's do that right now. So we are back, and I just want to look in here for a minute because you can see that black really wants to die quickly. The thing with this Halloween sprinkle set, obviously, it's Halloween. This is what was at TJ Maxx because it's that time of year. Obviously, if you got different sets, like the birthday ones and stuff, you wouldn't have so much black coming out every time. But all of these combos, even this one that doesn't show black, all had a black base. So that's a Halloween thing. Now, I also want to say I did not cue this child to come up with this idea. She's just brilliant on her own. She's a brilliant 6-year-old who's about to turn 7. That's right. So let's see what we got. Her suggestion was, let's direct dye it, like I often do when I'm dyeing wool, casserole dyeing and stuff. Sometimes I direct dye to get more of a watercolor effect, and I want the colors to disperse better. Don't touch it, Jess. It's still gonna be hot. Ooh, 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 I think you're onto something here. Look at the way that orange is releasing.
Don't worry, I have a glove in mitt.
Did you ever think we would be spending a Saturday night watching the orange releasing? Just didn't picture this 10 years ago.
Oh my god. They're gonna make the whole pan of
So you know what? This is really cool. Don't touch Jess, it's hot. It's real hot. I'm gonna go like this, like in a casserole dish to create texture, because you can see already that it wants to pool.
Yes.
And when it
like,
does, you're gonna get, the ridges are gonna be light in the, that's okay. That's all right. At least you did it with your glove on.
Yes, I have a gloves. So it's
Yeah, when you crease it up like this, you get variety.
yes.
Now see, that's gonna pool big time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we want to contain it too. We want to dam it up a little bit. Dam like a water dam, obviously.
Pour that water.
Wow. That's kind of cool, huh? Still delicious too.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. It's real good. Bring it out of this water. Get it out of the dark. Bring it into the light.
You're eating
General
the
rule of thumb.
sprinkles?
I am. They've been in plastic and now they're being covered with boiling water, and they're still really tasty.
And now they're in your tummy.
Now they're heading there. We'll wash it down with some slices of pizza.
Yes. I want some.
You'll get some. How does that look? I think he had a good idea.
Yeah, it looks better, I guess.
It's a lot of black. I don't know if we've lost the pig's breakfast quality, but I feel like what your technique has done, Joss, already it has lifted a lot of the orange color
Watching the orange
out of the candy and put it into the fabric, which is what we want. That's a really cool looking piece of fabric. Boy, these things are stubborn. I'm pouring boiling water directly onto sprinkles, and they are not yielding. They are maintaining their form. What does that mean? Are they made of kryptonite?
Kryptonite.
This is the end. So we'll let it sit for a minute. Joss, this was a glorious idea. More weirdness. More weirdness for our viewers, huh?
Yes. Like
Oh yeah, I mean this is really, yeah. I can see, ooh, yeah, right? I can see shadows going on here. Shadows within shadows within shadows. A wheel within a wheel within a wheel.
a bat within a bat.
She hasn't heard that song yet. Yeah, no, this is beautiful. So this is going to come out great. So we're going to look at all 4 of these tomorrow. So far, Joss, just based on us sitting here, which is your favorite one of these 4?
Just sitting there. Well, I mean, this one is.
I'm loving this one. How would you use the background? How would you use this one in one of your rug hook compositions?
I would, like, if all the sprinklers were off, I would think of doing like a midnight sky.
A midnight sky, like right at dusk when the sky turns like purple.
Yeah, there's like there's like 2 different shades of purple, so it's perfect.
Oh, you're so right. You're
Is
so
this
right.
also a jam sandwich?
Jams. Oh, we can make jam sandwich too, or we could introduce peanut butter. Now you can see how
butter?
the black. Well, if you have a jam sandwich, you need a peanut butter sandwich too. or else the universe is going to, everything's going to go backward in Australia. The water's going to start going our way and everything will be messed up.
And Sushi the dog.
And Sushi the dog. So you can see how with the black, it's definitely helped pouring water on it. I might actually move this over here into the hornet's nest of heat and wet, because you can see, oh, here's a bat, yeah. Oh, look at how cool that looks. If it just sits like that, it's gonna look kind of like a purple brain, the way that all the curves are. But you can see that the black has released into the water. So I think we did some good work tonight, do you? Kind of ham and egging it, doing it last minute, willy-nillys. So we will see you tomorrow. We'll be back in the morning and tack an end on this video, and we will show you the finished product of these 4 Halloween sprinkle wool dye. Have fun at home with your kids and your grandkids.
If you do this.
See you soon. Yeah, just a quick video of it sitting there, because look you can see it's doing its thing. Joss, I think you had the best idea of this episode.
I did?
Yes. Nice one, sweetie.
Do you think it looks
So
better?
you know what happened? Your tooth fell out last night and your brain grew just like that.
Your brain pushed out your tooth.
Your brain pushed out your tooth. That's true. Your brain got so big that it pushed out your tooth in the middle of the night and woke us up. Looks good.
No.
Welcome back. I'm Deanna.
I'm Justin.
And we have dried our fabric from last night from our sprinkle dyes, and I think we have gotten an amazing result. So I just want to remind you, I had this soaking. I just put a little bit of Dawn. You can put the Eucalan or whatever fancy soaps you want in there. That works great too. I just put a little bit of Dawn dishwashing soap, and I really didn't have to do anything else. And you know, the thing that worked best for getting the really chocolatey bits off, remember there were the really substantial chocolatey bits, the thing that works best is to rub it against each other, like in the water in a little bit of soap. It's just like, you know, if you have to clean something off velvet, anything with any kind of a texture or pile, always works best to clean it with itself. That's just like a fabric thing. So these were actually really surprisingly easy to get clean, despite the amount of food substance there was left on them. It was just like a couple of minutes by the sink going like this. And then at the end, while they were still wet, and I wrung them out real well, and then I took a paper towel and literally dragged it, scrubbed it across the surface of everything, every square inch, and nothing came off. So I knew at that point we were done, and I was able to rinse and put them outside to dry. So let's look at what we got, Joss. Which one's your favorite, baby?
It's either this one or this one.
Ooh, interesting. So this is our green one. This came out great, I think. It already had a little color variation, but not this much, if you remember. Somehow, when you look at it close up, and I hope the light's good enough because it's getting to be early nights here in the fall, when you look at it, you can see that the orange really released areas around areas, and so did the black, where they would create almost like a cloud of color that really is a deviation from the original color. So it becomes, besides having almost like a print on it, it becomes mottled as well. I think this one's beautiful. The black and orange really took black and orange. This one's a bit more sparse. We put, I thought, a ton of sprinkles on it, but maybe not as many as the others, but this is still gonna make a wonderful pattern. Now, this is one of my favorites. I love this one. This is such a leopard one. But you see what I did here when I rolled it, and I don't know how to really avoid this unless it's being more careful and slow. I rolled this, and most of the Jimmy things went there. So we got like a huge deposit right here, like a vein of sprinkles. But I'm totally good with that. And you know, when you hook, I'm probably gonna cut it this way, strips this way. And then I'm gonna end up on every one with a strip, a piece of each strip that's less busy than the rest of it. And you know, as a hooker, that you often need something that's the exact same color but a little less busy for areas where you're trying to lighten things up or outline, and you just want that color change. So it's a happy accident for me because I know I'm going to want a piece of this that is less busy than the leopard part itself. And I really love the leopard part. I also love this piece. This was already a little bit ombre, and obviously it still is. Again, these were totally different sprinkles, but the orange and the black took great. The white disappeared, not a surprise, but the orange and the black took great. And it's again bare. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this one. It's going to work beautifully with the color change. I think this is my favorite. I really do. I love this one so much. There's such an explosion of broken colors here. The black was just not present. The dark purple was, so I guess that's what we're seeing. The back is also absolutely gorgeous.
I think I know why this one is the best.
Why?
It's the little sprinkles, and you know what we did with the little sprinkles?
What?
Literally,
Yeah, it was intense. It was intense coverage. We peppered the wool with those little dit dots. But the color really broke with the dots. And again, they come in many colors. They come in solids. You can even order them online from like cooking, baking shops if you want like all red or all whatever. When the color breaks, you're going to get something other than what you see. You never get what you see. But here we got a lot of colors and an intensity of color. I don't even know what this reminds me of, but I absolutely love it. Let me show you how it's cooking. I just started a minute ago with my Lizzie Borden. This is one of my Halloween designs that I'm working on now. So Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave her father 50 whacks. So what I've got is I hooked up this one and with the cheetah, and I stripped to 8 so far. So this is how it's coming out. This one is coming out like this. So you can see the couch is meant to be tufted, and I might still sneak in the little tufted buttons, the little knots behind with maybe red, because this is like a murder scene, a bit spooky. So I might do that in between the rows of hooking and maintain these dots, but I'll have to think about it because the pattern is pretty intense and I think it's coming out great. That's this cheetah one here. So this is how it looks stripped to an 8. I'm going to do a little bit stripped to a 5 too, so I can get some narrower spots. But this is how this one looks, and this is how this one looks. So I've got this also stripped to an 8 for now, and this is all of it here. So you're getting just what you would expect. Lots of little pops of color. You're not getting, of course you're not getting a pattern as you hook. That's not the nature of hooking. But you are seeing all of these little pops of color present in the loops that you're getting. And you are getting so much variation and interest, texture. I like these for the scene. And you know what else I'm going to do is with this one, the one that has color changing, the ombre one, I'm going to, because it goes from light to dark, I think I'm probably going to start the bottom of her dress in the dark. I'm going to strip it this way, dark to light. I'm probably going to start from the bottom and go dark, 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 getting lighter. They're probably, not to be grotesque, are going to be a few hints of red in this for axe murder scene. But I think using these sprinkle dyed fabrics, they are so chaotic and splattered already that somehow they are suggesting what I'm suggesting in the scene without being totally disgusting. So I might add little pops of red, but I think this is going to work great, going dark to light up her dress, and then maybe some splotches of red. So I think they came out really well, Joss. What do you think?
I like it.
We did some really nice sprinkle dyeing, didn't we?
Yeah, I can tell you use this one.
I used that one because I ripped it in the wrong place too. Don't rip it anymore. I went crazy with the scissors and I did a double rip, just like a kung fu double rip. You know what else I dyed? My hair, because it looked awful. And it only took 5 minutes walking over to the pharmacy to get the dye, right? So things are under control again. We are not letting ourselves go. We're not. Don't let me. Don't let me. Don't let me let myself go. You want to say bye to our viewers?
Bye, viewers.
We had a great time sprinkle dyeing. What a great project to do with kids. Something safe, something fun, something you get a really, really good result. So why not? It took no time and we dried outside and used the microwave. Why not, right? Fun thing to do. See you next time from Ribbon Candy Hooking.